رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. All my learned mentors, leaders, teachers, my family, my global family, welcome to the world of everything. Thank you for being here. And today I have got the task to let you know something different about one of the most important products of our company, Morinda citrifolia. How many people are stressed? Any idea? Everyone. How many people are not stressed? You cannot, if you are in DXN, you cannot be stressed. You are very right. Everybody should raise their hand, I am not stressed because I am in DXN. You know that. This is the mission of DXN, to take that stress out. But let me tell you how many stresses you have. Any idea? And I feel there are 12 types of stresses. How many? 12. One of the most common is stress itself. I cannot stress more over stress because the stress itself is a stress. Mental stress, physical stress, a laborer working hard, physical muscular stress, biochemical stress, a chemical poison going in, killing the cells, that's a biochemical stress, metabolic stress, where metabolism is not working well, and psychological stress. Nothing is wrong, people cannot diagnose, but there is something wrong which cannot be visualized. Environmental stress, everybody knows we can't do anything about it. Financial stress, say yes, right? Financial stress, family stress, job stress, traffic stress, right? And I added one, expat stress. So there are so many stresses that we have just closed our eyes on. So I want to let you emphasize on things that what you can do and you can benefit with the Morinzhi itself. So times are changing. Before, if you talk about stress, talk about disease, you'll find 33% of the people in the world are stressed and diseased, and they're going to the doctor getting the management out. But now, 75% of people below the 40 years of age are stressed, 36% are prone to diseases, affected 50 years, plus people just 15 years ago. And dual income households and poor lifestyle habits, that's very, very common problem here. Even every minute now. But what is the impact? What is the impact? As Fatmi Bhai very well said, your habits have got a great impact on your physical style, your long-term benefits for your longevity. So habits impact on our health. New lifestyles are resulting into generations to change, but sometimes in a worse scenario. They're not giving anything except the style. The life is going back and the style is only remaining with the change of every minute. So what at the end of the day, if you see here, sleep disorders, diseases like cancer, stroke, heart attack are getting common. Previously, heart attack was one of the key cause of death. Now, every day, everywhere, every family I find a cancer patient. And or sooner the better, if you try to prevent, nobody is ready to prevent cancer until they get it. If you tell them, okay, I don't want cancer because my mother had cancer, they will look like me, okay, so once you get cancer, then you get the treatment. Why are you spending money before? Look at the mentality. So this is what is happening. But prevention is better than cure. We are paying the price for fast growth by passing age health is wealth. Now the health issues emerging day to day are even losing their identity. Coronavirus. Who knew about that 10 years back? What are the other viruses are going to come? We don't know. These are the masks of the illnesses which we are ourselves responsible. What do you think? Coronavirus has come from the air? It is only the change of bad lifestyle which has resulted into that aggravation or mutation of one type of cell into another, or rebellion cell changing its nature, going into another body, changing its genetics, and becoming a coronavirus, right, doctor? This is what they say. So this is what is happening, and you cannot stop it. Not a very beautiful picture, but to some it is. Right. Nutrition builds from within. Maybe you don't look so smart, but inside health is more important, and experts, they agree. The 80% of the damage to your body is by your own lifestyle and diet. This is a very common known fact. How do we get in? Nutritional supplementation, izafi, ghiza. Supplement something we're not ready to supplement. We don't know about nutrition, we don't want to know about nutrition. What if even if we know, we are not practicing? I know all about balanced diet, but how much I eat balanced diet every day, you can see that, right? So this is what we are, hypocrites. We don't apply everything what is true and what is right. This thing can do a round of applause for you. Died, people died to eat, some eat to die. Others, they don't have anything to eat. But I'm going to tell you today how Morinzhi is different from other digestive enzymes or other supplements which are going to give you a deep cell health like any other of our products. But our products, as they are commonly supplements and anybody can take it, but we should know how much difference in the variety of nutrition a product is having. So let's see. This is the Morinda citrifolia, as all of you know. And what is its contribution? Been used as one of the basic ingredients in formulation of conventional Indian culture at the back, but deep in Haiti, the Haiti Islands and Pennsylvanian coast, they have been using for more than 5,000 years. All of them were used as a medicinal product as well as the food itself. But they used it, they didn't go for research. They didn't go for any research, for European research or American. They found it, they used it. So Noni has been one of the basic recent study. Have you ever heard of Professor Neil Solomon? I always mention him. You know Professor Neil Solomon? How many of you don't know? See, Professor Neil Solomon is one of the doctors who has devoted his whole life to Morinda citrifolia. And he says there are 101 reasons, objectives, that why you should take Morinzhi regularly. 101. And if you know those, you will not stop taking it till you die. So this is, and he has written 5 books on it, proving that scientifically, biochemically, how safe it is for every person who can take, even a small baby. Recent study has been on its activation, how it is making the body actively protein content and phytonutrients to give its oxidative and inflammatory activity. I will tell you this. Now, there is how come it is a health supplement? Hygienically, in a controlled environment, with all the non-septic techniques or aseptic techniques, no pesticides, no fertilizers. Then only it's a fruit which can be fruitful for you. So what are the properties that it has? I'm going to go into the details. If you see here, this is a bank. Inflammation, adaptation, analgesia, hypertension, prevention, congestive heart disease, cellular health, whatever you name it, there is a very huge list of the effect of Morinda citrifolia. But there is one more thing, which is the fact that it can give you the richest supply of the nutrients. I will tell you why minerals are important. So it is rich in vitamins, all sorts of vitamins. I don't want to go into the name so that you can get bored. But it has all the minerals, which has chromium, magnesium, molybdenum, sodium, potassium, carbohydrates, and 140 isolated. Now, recently, yesterday, there's an article on Morinzhi, Noni. Yesterday morning, attributed to Noni, more than 300 ingredients have been identified in Morinzhi to give this support to the cells of the body. More than 300. So this is something which is every minute increasing. So it contains all the bioactive iridoids, which gives you support not only as a defense, but also it is give you a support to be a defensive, immunized person. You know, people now, they say that whatever your genes are, they are tiger locked. As if you have a hungry tiger in your house and it is locked. That is known as genes. And that lock is epigenetic code. And what is that epigenetic code? It is your lifestyle and habit. With your bad lifestyle, that tiger is going to come out and eat you. That is your genes. So our food, our DXN food, is the permanent lock to that tiger. This is the beauty of this. So how it works? It doesn't let those genes execute the command. See, if you have a computer, you apply a force, then a key comes up, right? If you type A, then the A will be typed. If you don't type A, it's not going to come on the screen. Fact, right? But it is there. But it is there. On the keyboard, it is there. It can come up on the screen anytime. Same way, your bad gene is there, but it needs execution of that click. And that click is your lifestyle and habit and your diet. Okay? So this is how nutrition, any oxidative anti-stress product is going to work on that epigenetics to make your genes inactive to create a disease. Now, every disease is genetic based. Now, it is not a story of your virus or bacteria or anything. You are genetically low immunized person. If you are not low immunized person, you will not get a coronavirus. You won't get anything. You have to have a low immunity to let it come and attack you. The minute it gets attacked, your genes is violated and you get the disease. So if you have a force gene of immunity, you will not get that violation happen. Okay? So this is how this iridoid and the function of iridoid is going to work. What is zeronine? Zeronine is a chemical which has got its protective effect, and it is absorbed into the cells, a system, so through a metabolism, through an enzyme, prozeronine. Now, prozeronine is a beautiful video on the YouTube. You can see it's a very old video of Noni that occupies the receptors for addictions, for nicotine. So people who want to get rid of the addiction of cigarette smoking, they can get rid of that receptor blockade, and this prozeronine goes there and sticks there, and you don't get the withdrawal symptoms. See, I'm a person who is a reproductive biologist. So I work for sperms, eggs, and reproductivity, you know, the aging and the ovarian function or testicular function. So I need good hormones. I need good enzymes to work at. So if I say that it is good for my patient, there must be something good into it. Because it is working on the hormonal integrity, it is working on the integrity of the cells, and it is working on the integrity of each cell of the body, irrespective of where it comes from. Because it is not a medicine. That is the difference between a medicine and a food. Enzymes produced, enzymes working, right direction, good. If wrong direction, they are destructive, they go to a disease process. So let me tell you a tale of two minerals. You have heard about sodium? We cannot live without sodium and potassium. There's a balance. And the best thing is they don't go together. One has to be opposite to other. If the sodium increases, potassium has to be low. The gateway, the pathway on the cells, it's working on the balance of this incoming and outcoming efflux or influx of sodium and potassium. So most of the diseases, including the heart cells, they are compromised because of this sodium and potassium pump. The pump on the cell wall, which is not working nicely. So this is the story. They are complementary roles, and they balance to let you live. Raw foods have low sodium. Salt is, anything in excess is bad. You have high salt, you get blood pressure. You have low salt, you get low blood pressure, or maybe each cell of your body gets sick. What happens to the person? Cannot talk, cannot put the hand up. Fatiguability, right? Easy tiredness. So this little chemical, sodium and potassium, is going to alter your cellular activity in such a great way that you might die. Anything excess, sodium excess, you know what happens. But if it is low, your intestine is not working. So how important is sodium and potassium? Electrolyte balance is very, very important. So instead of optimal 1 sodium and 5 potassium ratio, we are taking 2 sodium and 1 potassium. See the bad proportion? We are taking too much of salt and too less of potassium, and in a different proportion. What is happening to the cell now? They're all sick. They may not complain, but a time would come that trillions of cells, when they start getting sick, you get tired, you get aged, you get stroke, you get heart attack, and all, you get renal damage. So this is what is going 10 times more than what we need. So what is your salt? 5% in cooking, table 6%, naturally occurring. This is the amount of salt you're taking. Then preserve everything in salt. Hum log ke to achar is all in salt, right? All the pickles, all the sauces, everything is in salt. So all these things are going to limit your physical fitness, but what will happen if you replace or you want to balance this? If you take noni juice every day, you can balance sodium potassium. How to do that? Let us see what is the nutrition content. It has water, proteins, glucose, polysaccharides, lipids, vitamin C, B complex, beta carotene. Beta carotene, a very vital ingredient for your fertility. Calcium, magnesium. Magnesium is the key power of your muscles. Sodium, potassium, as I told you, very important. Now, before I tell you the update, how does Morinzhi acts on the cells? Active. As I told you, sodium and potassium balancing. It has a long list of the efficacy. I'll tell you the benefits on each system. A to Z. I have given a whole list from A to Z, conditions in the body where science has proven that it has got a good effect. Yesterday I was 28 articles, 278 articles on Morinda citrifolia, updating the effect on cellular ill health. Can you imagine how fast this world is going with noni? Such an important factor. Now, let's see, this is the most beautiful slide I love. If you take 1 spoon of noni, how much you are getting in? 1 tablespoon of 50 ml of noni, you have 5 calories, 9 grams of sugar. Did you know that before? No? Now you know it. 5 calories, 9 grams of sugar, 5 milligrams of nutrients, 2% of everyday steam with 1 spoon, 1 tablespoon. 170 micrograms of niacin, which is a complex vitamin, about 1% of the day-to-day requirement you are taking from there if you take regularly. For your growth, which is vital for your babies to come. This is how it is important. And 2 milligrams of calcium, which you need for even for your hair, for your nails, for your heart, for your muscle, for your hormones, for your intestine, with 1 tablespoon. Remember, 1 tablespoon. 800 micrograms of magnesium. 1% of all the day, you can take it from there. 10 milligrams of potassium, which you need every day, at least 1% of that you can get. 300 micrograms of zinc, which is ready to give you support for your aging process. Now, if you see the portions of the Morinzhi, there are 2 groups we have defined. One is the macronutrients, one is micronutrients. What are macronutrients? Macronutrients are working in a generalized systemic way. The micronutrients, they are working on individual cells. Just see this, that it has a dietary fibers and it has a mesh of absolute fats. It's giving all the nutrition from the outside and from inside to support the whole body. What does Morinzhi do? Our human body is, as you know, 75 trillion cells. Per day, each cell needs 120 nutraceuticals. And 153 has a root. And every tree has a root for human being immune system. Every tree has a root for the immune system. So the roots of even noni fruits are being used as food in time immemorial. Therefore, the Morinzhi works on the whole of immune system to strengthen the whole body. Now, what are the benefits? Now, this is a long list. If you want to copy this slide, I made it from 18 slides. Reduce inflammation, regulates cell function, decreases allergy, skin, hair, scalp, general condition, fitness, improves your memory. Fatmi was telling about conscious and subconscious. A healthy mind has good circulation. By improving the circulation, the nutrition, and the right timely nutrition to the cells. Bad time nutrition is also unwanted. So the memory and concentration is the key for humanity, keeps filter of body weight and muscles, improves the nerve function, decreases the pain and headaches, blood pressure controls, inhibits tumor growth, effective antioxidant, toxins and pollutants protection, and improve of digestion, as everybody knew by now, only digestion. We were concentrating Morinzhi only for digestion, sometimes maybe for memory. But now you see, the whole length of privileged functions are there. For reproductivity needed by the men and women is also dependent on psychological factors, plus the brain damage, plus the hormonal damage. So it increases the drive, improves the sleep, risk of developing cancer is reduced, and decreased chances of getting arthritis. See, if the first inflammation, if it is there, it is going to affect. If it is not there, it is going to prevent. So this is how viruses, against the viruses, it has a very good barrier against bacteria and viruses. You don't want to look like that, but I may be, because it's a beautiful old woman. Anyways, so aging process you cannot avoid. As I always say, whenever you're born, you're already hours old. Nobody would write you one day young. 16-year-old, 15-year-old. I may tell you I am 16 year young, but I write it 16-year-old. Right? So everybody is getting aged every minute, and there is an effect of age. So you need to have a graceful aging. You need to have a beautiful age, not on the skin, on the brain, on the bones, on the skin, on the nails, on the stomach, on the desire, on your psyche, on your attitude, on your habitat. What happens to the old people? Intolerant, they forget, and that's why youngsters are not sitting with their older people now. How many of the senior citizens are having their family with them? Not more than 5 minutes. Oh, she's repeating the same thing again and again. No, she's pushing us to do what we don't want to do. All these things are the aging effects of the aging hormones. It's not her or his fault. It is the aging process which is going on. So what to say if you get aged, but you don't get that? If you get aged, no compromise on that. There is no U-turn, but you don't get that bad backlog of that age. Anti-aging, it is not a simple word. It is a whole, it's a compound of so many systems that gives you a beautiful age. If somebody at the age of 80 behaves like Dr. Lim, and somebody who is age of 45, like Professor Vasupal, Dr. Ratna, they are not more than 16, 20 years of age, effectively, right? Yes. Give round of applause. They can stand hours here. They can keep on talking. They are not tired. And they're not, fighting with you. They are in a very pleasant mood. You don't tolerate people. This is what is happening when you don't have a graceful age. Then arthritis. This comes, buy one, get one free. You get aged, you buy this free, right? Dentures, eyesight, you get them free. You get aged, you get them free. So all these things, I don't want to emphasize because I don't want you to go through the painful stage. That's why I'm telling you more, drink more Morinzhi. But this is a young girl. What's wrong with her? The stress, which doesn't have any picture. but only the attitude changes. She may kill herself. She may go up on 17th floor and jump just because she is not happy. Happiness is directly proportional to the content. It's directly proportional to your inner health. You are happy with it and you are content with it. What we say tawakkul, right? So this is the blessing of Allah, that people who have only 2 dirham, they're happy with that. But some people who have 10,000 dirham, they're not happy with that. But that this happiness will be different if you have 2 dirham extra and you give it to those who don't have. That happiness gets bigger. It's a giving hand is always superior. So this happiness can be a content, and it can get rid of this depression. People who are depressed, they are depressed not only by their physiological and biochemical factors, sometimes by their environmental and family factors. Sometimes it runs in the family. Depression runs in the family. And this is something which can kill every system of your body. You heard about pineal gland? This is a small gland in the brain which is very sensitive, and it secretes a hormone which is very important for your daily life, which is very important for your reproductive life, which is very important for your beautiful skin, and which is very important for your moods also. But what we do, so the thing that you cannot control your movements, Parkinson's, also a byproduct of pineal dysfunction. Also, our Morinda citrifolia directly acting on pineal gland. How it affects? It increases the essential areas, functional areas of the brain to improve the circulation through the pineal gland, and not only the pineal gland, all the endocrine system of the body. May it be adrenal, may it be thyroid, may it be thymus. When you were young, you were inside mother's womb, this thymus was very much active. But this is not controlled by drugs. And which medicine you will pinpoint, this medicine is for pineal gland. Which doctor? I haven't seen any doctor in my life who is giving me a medicine for pineal gland. Anything. You will have treatment for Alzheimer's. You will have treatment for Parkinsonism. But from where it is coming, nobody is treating that. Morinda citrifolia treats that pineal gland. This is the important thing. This is how. And the most important thing is who you are. Who you are. Better only one. Huh? Male or female. Third, we don't want to think. But this male and female is dependent. So if you want to remain a good male, and if you want to remain a good female, and you want to reproduce something like you, or if somebody else doesn't want to reproduce something like you, that's their duty. But anyway, man is a social animal, all right, but it is an animal. It has to reproduce. Before it goes, it has to reproduce. And you have to pay 750 dirham for one visit. How much is the Morinzhi? Big one? 120 is much lesser than my consultation. So why to come to me, drink Morinzhi, right? And that is for 1 month. So this is something which it's really good news. How to use? 1 teaspoon, then 3 teaspoons before breakfast, 3 teaspoons before dinner. 3rd month to 6th month, 30 ml before breakfast, 30 ml before dinner. And 7 months later, 50 ml come back to breakfast and dinner. This is, and drink 12 to 15 glasses of water throughout the day to help your body to detox. This is something which is going to help you long way. Take it like water. Really, I think take it like water. What does the scientist say about it? This is what I am saying. I'm not a scientist. I'm a reproductive biologist or maybe an IVF person. But what are the scientists saying about it? They are all proven by evidences. They don't talk in air. They take the evidence, they test it, they control it, double-blind or single-blind or placebo effects. They will mention it, right? The Professor Neil Solomon, he says, 15,000 Noni users, they somehow the other, they fought with cancer, heart, digestive disorders, autoimmune disorders, so many things. Again, another author of a lecturer, Rita Elkins, she said that the following body systems have all been effectively influenced by Noni's circulation, Digestion, respiration, skin, endocrine, immune, and nervous. What is left? What is left? One thing. A desire. A fact that you should do it. That is not there. That is in your willpower. You have to improve your will to start using that fruitfulness. Then, the following body system have all been effectively produced. You know, this is all. I'm going to talk whole night if you want, but I don't want you to make you sleep. This is 40 universities in the world. 40 universities in the world who are working on your noni. Can you imagine? Such a beautiful gift Dr. Lim has given to you. You cannot think of those universities right from Japan to America. These are the names of the universities and how they are proving and that noni is the timely juice for you. You will not survive after 50 years if you stop, don't change your lifestyle and diet. You are going to have all the hazards. So let's have those questions which are coming in your mind. So I collected some of my friends and what they were asking continuously about how to use it, when to use it, is it going to have bad effect or long effect? Is it a herbal medicine? Yes, it is. Chemicals? They are having chemicals, but they are biochemical, which are having a synthetic application on a normal cell, which are not poisons to the cells. So these are non-poisonous herbs, plus it can be mixed with any other juice. Plus, any advice of prevention while consuming, person taking noni products should drink minimum of more water. Only water intake is a must because let it work. You have to avoid alcohol, you have to avoid addiction. Itself, it's an addiction blocker. If you are having an addiction of smoking, any type, but only 2 addictions it cannot fit in. And you know what are those? Facebook and WhatsApp. These 2 addictions Morinzhi cannot fight back. Otherwise, but that thing is one good thing, then you learn more about Morinzhi with those. But that is the only addiction you cannot fight. How can we take noni? Only people who are allergic to any particular product, that have to avoid. What to do in case of allergy? Now, if this is a very important question. What to do if you take Morinzhi and you feel allergic reaction? Okay? Nothing. You stop the product for 3 days. Stop the product for 3 days and once again start with a smaller dose. Immunize and the problem is not going to take over. Dosage, maybe 50-30, I can drink the whole bottle in one time. And anytime, anyone can take it. How to drink? You can drink it as one go. You can mix it anything. In pregnancy, safe. There are 2 articles I read yesterday. They were saying that Morinda citrifolia is affecting the fetal bones. Anybody read it? If disproving that those 2 articles are not because of Morinzhi or because of Morinda citrifolia, they are due to genetic fault in that particular patient. So that is not at all a valid statement. Other statements were going against. And the second one, that people should not take it during pregnancy because it is going longer effect for fetal anomalies. No, there is nothing to be proven so far. In fact, Morinda citrifolia, the effect on the intestinal mucosa is going to help you to fight back with morning sickness. We advise more during pregnancy because it takes care of digestive changes during pregnancy. You can dilute it, you can take it any time, before food, after food, better before food, which is getting nicely absorbed. Research papers, I already told you, and I'll give you the details also. Company, we have a license. Countries, more than 75 countries, already our own country. There are many other companies are making, but our products is a little different because of more accredited and more sensitively organized. Now these are the lists which I had to go through to make this one. Can you imagine? The effect of agricultural research, the effect on potassium, the effect on the bioactivity of the compounds, the University of Hawaii, effect as food, as medicine, and the effect on tumor, the effect on the digestive systems, effect on transformation into viruses and to bacterial effects. All these have been mentioned in all these researches, more than 200 studies. So you can imagine this is the variety. So before I say thank you to you, I just want to show you a little clip.
Are we too busy? It seems like the culture is shouting, do more, get more, sleep less, and go faster. Anxiety. Is this healthy? Maybe we need to slow down and calm down. And take a second to breathe. To be grateful. And to trust the process. No matter where we are or what we're doing, to take time to rest.
So if you use it before food, you don't have to use it after food.
Good question. As I told you, it is effective both ways. But remember, I didn't go into the biochemical content of those 300 ingredients. There is one ingredient in Morinzhi which is scopolamine, which is analgesic, which is, we made medicine out of it. So it is analgesia. And it works well when the lining doesn't have any other barrier. For example, if you are having hyperacidity, the stomach lining is uncovered. It is damaged by the acid. That's why you are having all the acid reflux and the environment is not okay. Now, if in that condition, you don't have to eat food, it will make it more acidic. So you take this alkaline fruit, plus it decreases the swelling of the stomach, plus it repairs whatever the cells are being damaged. So in that case, you have to take it before food. Now what happens if you have taken a junk, you had a burger, and now you have flatulence? In that case, you take after the food, because the enzymes in Morinzhi are going to make it easily digestible for the passage through the bowel. You got it? So that's why every time is a Morinzhi time. You can take it any time. Am I right, Mr. Laszlo? Laszlo is a big fan of Morinzhi, and I believe it. I believe it more than ever now. Thanks to Sebastian, who has given me the task to read about Morinzhi more. I left it about a few years back. And because of this presentation, I went to the research, and it is amazing. The muscles, no one medicine is needed. You need 5 medicine. Why to get 5 medicine? And 5 prices, 5 doctors' consultation, and maybe 2 salaries, right? So that's difficult. So if you have Morinzhi in your fridge, it's a doctor in the fridge. It's not a medicine. It's a doctor in the fridge. Okay. Okay. Yes, dear. Yeah. Water. Because why? Sometimes you are in a process of hemoconcentration. Now, when you take a content which is highly fruitful and high content of minerals and vitamins and whatnot, 300 ingredients. So how does it will act? It has to have a gradient to absorb. So you have to drink water so that it go easily to cover the whole surface of the intestine. Any water, but should be clean. Should be clean. That is no guarantee. That's why you need Morinzhi more. Because there is no guarantee of clean water also. Okay? Thank you very much. Go crown.